r/AskReddit. Parents of Reddit, what is the best weird flex, but okay moment you've seen from your child? My 3.5-year-old outside the other day. He was stabbing the ground with a stick. I asked, "What you up to, buddy?" "I'm digging holes for the ants to climb into." "That's so sweet of me, Mom." He's a nut. Meanwhile, I used to drown ants. My son was in the tub and asked exactly how old he was. Me, about 4 years, 10 months, and 4 days. After a few moments of deep thought, I heard him say quietly and reverently to himself, "And I haven't been bit by a single wild animal." Oh man. Still kills me. My 4-year-old son kept peeing on the toilet seat because he wouldn't hold his penis. I told him he had to start holding it, and his response was, "I can't hold it because it's too big." What a Chad. When my son was potty training, I started letting him do the cleanup, then I'd have to finish. After a bit of this, he figured he was pretty well good to go on his own, and he was very big boy about it. So for the next couple of weeks, he'd do his thing, which always included stripping naked, then come running out to wherever I was, bend over with his cheeks spread, and shout, "Hey, Mom, I wiped my butt all by myself. Look it." My 3-year-old said to me the other day, "Mom, I feel, and I don't feel, like some profound genius." My 9-year-old talks in oxymorons. He'll say things like it's cold outside, but kind of hot. And I don't like it, but I kind of do. It drives me up the wall. It drives me up the wall, but it kinda doesn't. I ran around telling everyone I was the most beautiful girl in the world. I even told my mom's friend that Shirley Temple was almost as cute as me. Used up all my confidence at 3. My daughter, age 2, regularly comes up to me and puts the back of her head in my face. "See my hair?" "Yes, honey, I do. It's beautiful." Runs off. Had an Amber Alert hit my phone one night while my then 6-year-old was playing a game on it. She asks what that was, and I explained it's a message that gets sent out if a kid gets kidnapped. She looks at it again and sees it's for a town over 2 hours from where we live. She then asks me why they sent to if it's so far away. I said because they want everyone to look and find the kid. Wouldn't you want everyone to look if you got kidnapped? They want to find the kid so they don't get killed. She leans over close to my ear and whispers, "I'm very difficult to kill." Didn't see that coming, lol. Good story. My 10-month-old son hates being changed. Recently he figured out that if he grabs his balls in a death grip with one of his hands, it makes it impossible to get the diaper on him. I die a little inside every time he does this. Not a parent, but I teach swimming lessons. This one 5-year-old first day of lessons was like, "I'm not very good at kicking." So I said, "That's okay. Nobody is perfect at everything." Dead serious, he just goes, "No, I'm perfect at everything." My 6-year-old son recently put his foot down, letting me know it was not okay for me to tell him what he could wear or not, because he is allowed to have his own fashion. Okay, fine. Shorts, sandals and one black sock it is. I contemplated having a button made that said, "I dress myself today," for my children to proudly wear them, not realizing it was mostly so other adults would stop judging me for my kids' fashion choices. My son, about 4 to 5, walked into the kitchen and said to my wife, "Give me my usual, but put it in a real glass." She's like, "What, your milk?" It was then we realized we had to rein in the iPad and curse of Monkey Island. When I was 6, my absent father came back into my life briefly, and I paraded him around all of my friends bragging, saying, "This is my dad." I bet you thought I didn't have a dad, but I did. He was gone again within a month, laughing my ass off. My son, 4 at the time, was, I guess, trying to impress the 6-year-old neighbor girl. He leaned casually on his arm and said, "I have lots of accidents. Pee and poop accidents. I hope for his sake his pickup lines improve. So I heard you're into bad boys. Because I'm really bad at everything." Winks with both eyes at once. My toddler just threw her dinner on the floor, started clapping, yelled "Hoo-hoo-hoo-ah-I-I-I-I" as loudly as her little lungs could possibly allow, then looked right at me holding up her palm for a high five. Now that's a weird flex right there. My son is a free runner in his spare time, so I often find him in weird places. He's 16 now, but even as a baby, I'd find him on top of the piano, at the top of the closet, etc. He could climb anywhere. Recently, I found him standing in the branches of a tree down the street, staring off into space. I asked what he was doing, and he said, "I'm just hanging out." Okay, man. Whatever works for you. Sounds like your son is actually a cat in disguise. I was playing cops and robbers with my son and my niece, both about 3 at the time. They put me in the jail, the sofa, and proceeded to walk out of the room. As she's exiting, my niece turns to me with a deadpan face and goes, "Watch your back," then just leaves. I would take her advice. I'm the child here, but when I was maybe 3 or 4, I took a dump that was green, which was quite exciting to me at the time. I went and told my mom, I just had a poop that was green. And she just told me next time make me a blue one. The rare reversed flex. I was throwing my nieces in the pool and the 4-year-old grabbed a pool noodle and looked right at me to say, "Today, you're gonna get hurt." Sassy niece after first day in school. I learned how to count to 11 today. I bet you can't. Weird flex. But, wait. I indeed cannot count to 11. When my daughter was I think 8, we were in the pool throwing a beach ball around. I tossed it to her. She catches it then says to me, "Is that all you've got, old man?" That's when you fucking spike it as hard as you can at her little face. Are you hecking sorry? Not my kid, but a friend of mine was trying to teach his daughter to pick up her toys when she was younger. When she didn't do it one time, he told her he was going to throw away everything that was still on the floor. She picked them up and put them in the trash can for him. My kid did that. It's a damn power move. I mean, what do you even do in this situation? Throw them away. Okay, then what with the toys? When my son was small, he kept a notebook full of tips. Tips like, never wear a cowboy suit in Ireland. Never stay at a hotel in the woods. When your parents ask you to do chores, pretend to be asleep and they'll forget. Always be good friends with a cousin. He has 38 first cousins, so no problem there. Always try really sick hard. If you invent something, don't test it out with a live person. Don't pronounce mom like mom, say mum, it'll be cooler. Be scared of the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Make your day better with seafood. Never say you are doing nothing to a parent. Never invite someone sick to your party. Don't use a pencil, sick, on thick and fancy paper. Never fight in a war. Always get the biggest bed. If you have a bad taste in your mouth at the beach, you may need mouthwash. Never eat nuts you find in your yard. There's 325 of these tips, and they are all awesome. While singing to myself, my 2-year-old told me, "Daddy, stop, no singing. You sing wrong. Listen me." When my brother was 2 or 3, he rolled down the car window to get the attention of the gas station attendant and shouted, "Hey mister, I got a penis." He had a mullet, if that helps paint a better picture. When my son was about 5, we went to visit relatives in the Washington, D.C. area. We were on the metro when my son eyed a very pretty professional young woman. "I've got a lot of blocks," he told her. "If you come to my room, I'll show you." Then he made motorcycle noises for about 10 seconds. My 5-year-old son woke up with his voice hoarse from a cold. Me, "Oh, you've got a cold." Him, solemnly, "No, I think I'm a man now."